Hey guys, welcome to another episode at Future FilmMakers on YouTube. Today we're going to be breaking down my second post ever, but first, I'm going to crash my car into the side of my boyfriend's for breaking up with me.
Hey man, I just into things.
Bro, have you left yet?
No, I haven't left yet. Why would I leave? Come on.
Okay. I know you know we totally faked that with editing, but we did all that because today we're going over the secrets we keep, where I created my first ever car crash scene. So we wanted to spice this video up by showing you another one. As always, make sure you watch the secrets you keep before watching this video. As filmmakers, we don't want the video to be spoiled for you, so make sure you find that link in the description below, or you can click this little card thingamajig, that white box up there, and it'll take you directly to it. But enough of me blabbering. Let's get started. The Secrets We Keep is a book by Trisha Lever, according to the critic known as Amazon.com. Amazon.com? Really? Who wrote this? According to them, this book is a fast-paced, powerful story about identity, sibling love, and accepting yourself. Initially, I cast my sister as the lead role of Ella Lawton because I wanted to be behind the scenes directing most of the time. Not an impossible task, but definitely a difficult one.
That loser right there that you're staring at, well, that's Ella Lawton. That's me. I've been going to school with you for 4 years, but that doesn't matter. You still don't know me.
So I really felt like the beginning lunch scene really needed music. It falls kind of flat without it, but we were entering this into a statewide contest. That's why we were creating it in the first place. So we were being very careful about copyrights to avoid being disqualified. So that's why we didn't include music. If you listen very carefully, you'll hear people in the lunchroom and then suddenly you don't. I should have extended that track of voices over this clip because logically it doesn't make sense for the voices to be heard 1 second and then not the next. Unless, of course, the character just lost her hearing or something, but obviously that's not the case in this scene.
Don't get me wrong. That's exactly the way I like it.
Freshie,
her?
ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for one of the most popular girls in school, Jenna.
Yeah, we don't really get along. Because honestly, she's nothing more than a huge jerk. So there I was, trying to find my sister on the 3rd day of freshman year. Oh, there she is. Why is she walking to me?
So originally I had Hollaback Girl playing in this slow motion scene of Maddie Lawton walking towards Ella, but due to copyright reasons again, we had to remove it.
This is an episode of Mean Girls? I've been asking myself to this day that same question. But if you're a freshman like I was in this moment, in high school, it's not about who you are on the inside. It's all about the
So this beautiful over-the-shoulder medium shot was set up by our cameraman, who you'll see in just a second.
labels they give you. These define you for those 4 years of high school that don't really even matter that much. Well, my sister Maddie, she just wanted to be liked, to be popular, even if it meant sacrificing our friendship. But I blame him. Alex feared.
There he is. That's James Feezer. We didn't always work best together, but that's mostly my fault because it was my first major project I directed. So sometimes it was probably hard to understand what exactly I wanted. Also, I was getting teenagers out of class, so their first instinct is always to act a fool, and I'm an OCD perfectionist. So I often found myself in stressful situations. But anyway, James is like incredibly talented. He can hold and move a camera unlike anyone I've ever met before. So I am incredibly grateful to have worked with him on this project. And I forgot to mention that yes, this was filmed in the middle of a school day during a real lunch period. That's why these people are looking literally straight at the camera. You can see them right here. And they're looking at me, who's standing behind the camera right now during this shot, like, why on earth are you filming me? Even though in most cases it's definitely not optimal to have your extras looking straight at the camera, but in this particular scene I found it added a desirable effect. There are two twin sisters arguing in the middle of the lunchroom. Of course people would be staring. It just made sense.
Hot, popular, soccer scholarship. Yeah, I blame him for taking my Maddie, my own twin sister, away from me. But there were many great things that came out.
This shot was actually filmed on another day. It wasn't filmed on the same day as the shots that you had previously seen. Someone less experienced was working with the camera and set up this shot. That's why my forehead is cut off right here. But I take full responsibility because as a director, it's my job to make it clear what I want, and I didn't specify that my entire head needed to be included in the frame. So that one's on me.
That moment that completely tore Maddie and I apart. Like him, Josh. Even as a dead.
So you can see that he's talking, and then throughout this entire scene, we've all been talking. So in the original version of this project, all the audio was supposed to be included during the scene, but I had had no prior experience at the time working in a crowded room full of extras talking. You couldn't hear anything we were saying. That's something to keep in mind when filming. At this location, we needed boom mics or shirt clip-ons. I had to silence all the audio of these clips and record a voiceover to explain what was going on because our audio was awful. Even though I at first wasn't very optimistic about this sudden change in direction, I think it worked considerably well with the scene and setting up the story we were trying to tell.
Even as a dead girl, I'm still madly in love with him.
If you haven't learned it yet, you soon will, but I love being dramatic in my videos.
Who would have thought that two sisters, stupid high school party, 100 differences.
And what they say, you sit with your one friend, you look at the rest of us like.
If I could refilm this scene, I would definitely get the front of our faces instead. It would have looked more professional. To film this scene, we had my dad sitting in one seat in the back of the car filming me, and my other sister back there also filming Morgan.
Idiots! You know what? You're the selfish one.
And one huge mistake.
We had these lights on in the car for our source of lighting. We did want the scene to be dark to give it more of a dramatic tone. Morgan has a script at her feet because she had at least 8 minutes worth of lines to recite. It was a lot, and only this tiny snippet made the final cut. That's another thing about this project. We filmed so much. We had hours worth of footage and ended up putting 3% of it into the final project. They call it killing your babies in editing. You work so hard to get all these amazing shots and fantastic scenes, and when you get to post-production, you have to cut more than half of the scenes you made. It's like killing your babies. But it isn't, because that's definitely way worse. But it's still really hard. My computer wasn't working a few weeks ago, so I thought I was going to lose everything. I was crying. It was really bad. Pretty sure I gave my boyfriend a heart attack. That's why I created The Secrets We Keep Take 2 in the first place. So I could show off some never before seen footage we had worked so hard to create, like this one, this staircase shot, one of my favorites.
Change my life forever.
We both know you're not!
So I was actually driving and got so much into the part that in the heat of the moment I actually swerved. Don't try this at home. That's why I really wish the audience could see our faces during this scene. There was some very powerful stuff happening there with the acting, but a lot of it's missed because of the lack of a good close-up showing our faces, which is disappointing. Now, a little on editing, I'm going to show you exactly how we created the car crash scene by revisiting the breakup short we showed at the beginning of this episode. Thank you guys so much for joining me as I broke down the secrets we keep. Make sure you leave a like on this video, comment below with all your questions and concerns, and of course, make sure you subscribe. The next person to subscribe and comment I subbed to future filmmakers will receive a free copy of The Secrets We Keep, yes, the book this video was made about, autographed by my sister and I, the stars of The Secrets We Keep video. So make sure y'all do that, so we'll see who ends up being the winner. That'd be pretty cool. See you all next week, and remember to join us in our quest in filmmaking because it's our turn to make it happen. Okay, take 6. What am I doing? Please send help. I'm in my dorm room making a video by myself. I'm going crazy. Why am I like this? A wonderful video that I created with the sense blah blah blah. Will receive a free copy of the Future Filmmakers. Apparently there's a book called The Future Filmmakers. I didn't know that. See you all next week, and remember to join us on our quest in filmmaking. Will they shut up? I just want peace and quiet. Peace and quiet. Well, whatever I feel now cannot be worse than what I just did.